Welcome to the Phoenix Zone and all things Cayman. The house behind me might look like a regular cottage house, but it's so much more. Welcome to Mr. Arthur's, established in 1897. Come on in. Dr. Bodden, thank you for joining the Phoenix Zone.
Yeah, no, thank you for having us on today.
So, what inspired your great-grandfather to create Mr. Arthur's?
It was, you know how, like, back in the day, there weren't many stores around, so I think that, so it was actually Waid Stead Bodden, my grandfather's father, that opened it, and it used to have everything, right? Actually, if you look at the kerosene tank around the side, it used to sell kerosene, so they just had whatever was needed for town. So it was the store in town. They were known for the candies. My grandfather would bring in Norwegian cheddar cheese. I called it stink cheese. It smells really strong. It was delicious. But cheese, bologna, peppermints and candies, and the kerosene is what I've always heard them to be known for. My aunt took over once my grandfather passed. But my husband and I have taken over running the business. So us with Miss Bologna, and actually in the evenings we have a young Caymanian gentleman named Nathan. So he actually runs the store in the evenings. So it's a team of us right now. And so more recently the store has been known for the tuna fish and corned beef sandwiches, the patties. And my aunt would always joke. So my aunt Arthurlyn is my dad's older sister. And she's the one who ran the shop for many years with Miss Bologna. And she said that she was known for having the hottest patties and the coldest Pepsis. So we still brag about that.
So what is Mr. Arthur's importance to the community?
So it started as kind of like the local store that had everything, but at this stage it's just become, I think, a part of the community. When my husband and I took over, we introduced the store to social media. We got a phone line, we got internet. So we've done lots of like technological upgrades. And so that's been one of the really fun parts, is putting it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and having people share their stories. Now, over the year, the store's meant so much to so many different people in different ways. A lot of people, my aunt, Miss Arthurlyn, was like a second mom to. You know, she was here every day, and she had the sweetest smile, and she drove a black car that she was very into race cars. And so that I know a lot of people have picked up on. So that's come up a couple times on Facebook as well, as how much she loved her race cars. And so she was a friendly face, just like Miss Bologna. You know, I think the two of them are kind of moms to a lot of people in the community. And so, you know, hearing all the stories, even back with my grandfather, so some of the older people in the community will talk about when my grandfather was here, and he was known for he'd always be in like sailor's outfits. So he'd have a white cap and a white suit, and was in the shop every day. And so people talk about coming to see him and getting candies from him. So more recently, I think it's caught the attention because it's so old and been around for so long. So the store is 126 years old this year.
126 years old?
Sir. Yes, sir. So we celebrated 125 years last year, which is really exciting. So I think being one of the oldest buildings, we're actually we're working with the National Trust. So it's been noted as a building of historic significance because it's been around for so long. I mean, you can see it's actually up on stilts, and a lot of this has some of the original work on it as well. A couple things we've had to replace, and actually not from storms like people think, but from people breaking in, unfortunately. So that's where the extra wood is out here. But it's in some of the original style as well. So it's up on stilts, even through Ivan and everything. There's no damage to the storm. The waves come in and go under the shop. So the same with the house across the street too.
We do a really good job of keeping it in business for 126 years. Your family did really good.
Yes, thank you. It went from my great-grandfather to my grandfather to my aunts. My husband and I are really happy to have it now. And all of my cousins still support us as well. So any event we do out here, the whole family is here, which has been good. We have like my cousin makes tea, so her company's Tea Time in Cayman that's sold here. We've introduced a lot more local products. So I think going from like my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my aunt, it was very much just kind of like staples and what's needed in the community. And so we've introduced more of like gifts. So we've got like the handmade soap that's made by a young woman, in Prospect that her and her mom do the soap making, and they also make candles. We've got the local teas. We've got Cayman sea salt. We've got local jams and jellies. We've got pepper jelly. So we brought in a lot more, some different products to add to what we had before as well. And even the deck you're standing on is something that my husband and I added. Over the years, the sunset is my dad's favorite. So my dad would always come to the shop to watch the sunset. And so we figured if we put up a deck, then we could share it with more people. So this is a recent addition, but I think one that's been really well received.
So what are some goals for the future for Mr. Arthur's, and what are some upgrades you might want to add?
Yeah, the deck, the picnic tables, and the internet, and the cell phone. We have a phone line now as well, 527-7711. Didn't have one at all before. Websites and that kind of stuff have come in. I would like to have more local products as well. So that's something that we're always looking at, is other things made in Cayman that we can share here. So many times the tourists come off and they want items that are made in Cayman. So that's what we're hoping to do more of as well. And maybe get another picnic table or two. So those are things on our list.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Thank you for tuning in to our feature of Mr. Arthur's. This store has served the community for over a century and continues to play a pivotal role in Cayman culture and history. If you enjoyed our episode of the Phoenix Zone and all things Cayman, please do share, like, and subscribe.